And everything is working. Hopefully this isn't, like, too loud compared to, like, me actually talking. But, we're doing something different today, because the Wii was not working. We will be doing the Wii next week instead. We're doing a new game of this. There's like a warning on this. Oh, vampire therapist? Yeah. Hi, welcome.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man.
Oh, that's pretty loud. I might turn that down a little bit.
Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire.
Oh my goodness.
Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing
Is
skin-tight
that
leather,
a decent
and
volume
hunting
for you
mortals for
guys?
sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit. That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror.
The volume is okay.
I got lucky, though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for
let me
nigh
know
on
if that's
90
like a little
years,
loud.
figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make
It's
us
a bit loud?
monsters.
Okay.
It's the self-defeating ways we think. Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw.
I figured we'd do this one because it's a little bit more laid back.
But I got hooked up with this newfangled
honestly, I'm not feeling the
internet
best
thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. Fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old. He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers. I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world.
I like the art in this game, it's so
I've been
good.
lucky, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
I'm a monster when I eat a burger, man. That state is factually false. Oh! Boogieing!
Well,
I love
think this is the address. Number 27.
I love the art so much.
Clean Flitter Mouse Streeb?
Me too, Sam, me too.
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here. Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
Oh boy.
Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Yeah, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna party. I guess I'm here to party. Or like... Shit, are we here to party? I'm here to party.
I can cut loose. What kind of party is this?
The kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
Oh no.
Oh, we're them kind of vampires.
Bounce, bounce. Hello! Welcome.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
No, don't do that!
Although we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it.
Excruciating? Yeah. I think it's silly.
It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think. Well, let's see. One time I noticed I called Hot Brandon. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of. There's High Noon Mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do-or-die showdown. And there's Saloon Thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine.
You know what? Understandable.
I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there. I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though.
Hi! It's a cowboy vampire. I think that's so cool.
Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Immernacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
It's Friday today. Wow, it's so immersive. Let's see. I think... So he just went over the terminology, and of course this isn't the real actual terminology he used for this stuff. I just kind of forget, like, what he was... Because I was too caught up in them being a little too freaky. Let's see, so we got the...
Amigos, you're putting
I
too
got
much weight
it!
on this thing.
I got it!
It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibility.
Really
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
Getting freaky! Stop it!
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club, because we are now meeting you.
I don't want you to touch me at all.
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he has
The
a
music's good,
cafe
though.
all night.
Like, listen to the music. I really hope that they don't do anything on screen. That would be the last thing that I want. Please don't do anything.
Excuse me, friend.
Whoa!
I hear you're the man to talk to around these parts.
Me too. He's right. He's right for that.
I'm here to see Andromachos.
Me too. Me too. Me too.
Have fun, mate.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
I like him so far. He's cool.
Cowboy, what about us?
Please leave them outside. They're freaks. You know, I'm not gonna be mean. I'm just gonna let them in. You know, I'm gonna let them in as much as I don't want to. I wish they could be like locked out. They're freaky.
Yeah, sure.
But...
They're friends of mine.
Have fun, mate.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
I don't like the way that he worded that.
Dang,
What have I done?
Loud in here.
Come on, my liver, dance with us!
Oh, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later.
Oh my god.
Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this.
I don't think I would want to hear that either, to be
I
honest
talk
with
to
you.
whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
I really do like that art, though. It's really cool. I like this background a lot. And the fact that there's like a... Again, I gotta say, the fact that there's like a cowboy vampire is really, really cool.
Well, look at you.
that?
We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s.
I don't go for birthday ASMR, no, chat. We're not doing that. She seems cool.
What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
I never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner.
Red Bull. The way that he
around
said
tonight?
that.
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
This is more chill than the usual stuff I play. I consider this like a little bit of a vape. Art reminds me of Darkest Dungeon a bit. Yeah, I can kind of see it.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
Oh, that's the damn hello lady. I know, right? I think it's this one.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
I'm a drink machine.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are.
He was messing with us.
Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
You know, the name of the game is called Vampire Therapist, but I feel like I'm gonna need a therapist after this. You know, maybe that's... You know, it's not false advertising after all, in that case.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was.
I'm glad that
Some
the freaks are
vampires
gone.
outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some goths, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
Vampires! They were just freaks! They were just freaks that we let into the club!
So all these people are mortals?
That means we can eat them, right?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
A what? I'm not even gonna... I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not even gonna ask.
He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Bert is cool. You know what? You know what? Out of everybody here, Bert is the best. I love Bert.
Bert?
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here.
I love you, Bert.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Please don't kill us, Bert.
Have fun, mate.
Good luck up there, cowboy.
Is that all he
Hope you
says?
find what you're looking for.
I am like all thrown off from this so far. Very, very, very cool art style, though. Bert the Vampire,
howdy.
classic Bert. I
It's
love
Sam
Bert.
Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
Oh, V-mails, that's cute.
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin.
Cat, I'm gonna say it right now, okay? I know that this is some people's type. Don't get freaky in the chat. We already had to deal with those two freaks earlier. I don't want to deal with any of you being I know some of you guys, and I know that this is your type. Some of you do not get unhinged in chat.
The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
Restrain yourself. Look at me. Look at me in the restrain yourself. Alright, let's see. I can help myself. I can do things.
I've been fixing myself for more than a century now.
Like scary
I
on
don't
the
think I need
outside,
help.
but soft on the inside. That's true. Yeah, Bert does look like a sweetheart. Bert's cool. I like Bert the most so far. He's chill.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson.
Please don't stab me.
We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
I'm telling you, do not get freaky in chat.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless.
How old is he?
Please, sit down.
I feel like if you asked his age, he'd get mad, though.
What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
You know what? I'm so corny that I'm gonna call them females from now on, and I'm just gonna see how people react to it.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you.
Get it? Because
Our
he's
kind
immortal.
can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
I'm sorry that my big head is blocking the words a little bit.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Chat, do we trust him? Does he seem like a nice guy to you?
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Imagine getting asked how old you are and the answer has more zeros than a bank account. Yeah, I have a feeling that this guy's been here for a while. Do we trust him, chat? Do you think he's trustworthy?
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though.
Is it me, or is this or this vibe a lot of tension in every encounter? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about. Is just everybody like freaky in this game? Like, what's going on here?
See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we
Okay.
decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something.
I don't trust him. He's like a therapist. Okay. You know, it's a little weird because, they say that your brain changes after what, like, or sorry, your brain kind of like, I guess sets, like it kind of, like everything kind of, your brain stops kind of, like, you kind of stop growing after, like, mentally or whatever after, like, 25. I don't really know how to word it, but, your brain stops, like, developing developing, I should say, around 25. So can you imagine if, like, you live for, like, I don't know, thousands of years? Would you just be the same person you were since you're, like, 25? Or do you actually... I don't know. I've seen some people who just refuse to change. So, like, if they were, like... If those same people were, like, vampires, that would be a little concerning, wouldn't it? Do you think people would change after, like... How many people would change after, like, 100, 1,000, like, 10,000 years? Do you think people would just be the same, for the most part? Like, I know people would like to say that they would, like... I know people would like to say that they would change and be open to stuff, but I'm not really too sure. I really think that some people should not be living for, like, 1,000 years. I know that's mean to say, but, like, I feel like some people, even after 1,000 years, I don't think they would change.
And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
I mean, what I just said didn't make any sense, so I'm not judging you, Sam.
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Guys, they're making us learn things.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
How do you feel about that?
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
I get hit with the cognitive distortions every time I play Halo Combat Evolved. Does that count? Oh, okay, let's, like, I guess we could just hit any one of these. Like, I bet it's just gonna let us hit, like, any one of these and just explain it to us.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do-or-die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in Mortal Kombat long before the age of gunpowder. But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
He talked to Marcus Aurelius?
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
I'm glad you're asking that, and it's just not like a thing that's just said offhand.
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marcus was a bedroom name.
Is everybody in this game a freak? Everybody in this game is a freak.
You mean you and the emperor were...
Oh, come on, bro.
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to...
Stop it! Why did I pick this?
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mind. I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Okay, that's it.
Nosferatu thinking?
Bro.
It means you are thinking in black and white.
What? You get bored of doing the do after like 1,000 years? Or well, it's doing the do. I don't know. Giving each other that cognitive dissonance. It means you're thinking in black and white. See, that's like a cute pun, the Nosferatu thing. Oh yeah, Nosferatu black and white. That's cute. Okay.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I didn't expect this game about therapy to be freaky. Well, I mean, I guess you could talk about anything to your therapist except, like, threatening to, you know, like, I don't know, like, do something bad. I don't know. You could be like, what that one VTuber do? Like, they were in, like, I think they were in TSA and they made a joke about, like, certain explosive stuff. You could, if you do that to your therapist, I think that's not acceptable, but I think a lot of other topics are.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful.
I'm a failure, objectively, and I enjoy it.
Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
Time period, you'd most likely die from that because medical stuff wasn't really that good. You know what? But in general, I get you.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking.
I'm sorry if you guys hear like my my air conditioner or anything like that. I hope that's not happening. Okay, so I have to try and catch him doing this. Okay.
I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
Guys, you get to watch me get my PhD, I guess.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
I mean, that's a fact, though. I don't think that's like Nosferatu thinking or whatever. I think that's just an objective
Death
fact.
eventually comes for us all.
It does. I'm pretty sure, unless you're a vampire, but like eventually you're gonna die, right? Someone's gonna kill you. You're gonna be like, I don't know. Actually, that's kind of like a weird thing, because like if you're immortal, I don't know. It like isn't the sun still gonna eventually? But that wouldn't kill. Okay, we're not overthinking. We're not overthinking about this.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
Would you just be suffocating in space as a vampire? Like what would happen? Like, don't you have to get like stabbed or something? I don't know.
Did you miss my Nosferatu thinking? If I do not drink
Yeah, sorry,
blood,
I got too caught up.
die.
I got too caught up. No, that's not it.
Death
That's not it.
eventually comes for us all.
No.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
That one is.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Sorry, I just had like an existential crisis.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not.
Okay.
Always is such a terminal word,
So
is
like
it
a
not?
so like a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
I don't have very many revelations. I guess this guy does.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time.
You need to Google Boltzmann Brain after this stream. I'll do that. I'll do that.
It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two
Crying
extremes
into my
that
monster
probably ain't
energy.
true.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Do you think he understands, like, this guy saying any of this, or?
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
Existential space floating limbo riddle. I'll have to look into that so that my brain is, like, fixed, because this is just... I don't know! This is called Vampire Therapist, but I think it's doing the exact opposite of therapy for me so far. Let's see!
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush.
I like the game, though. I'm just being goofy.
What
I
you
like
have
it so far,
identified is a
even though it's
phenomenon where
kind of
individuals
freaky.
perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
Okay.
Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
Hey, you know what? That's fair. That's
Yeah, you're
fair.
right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang. And maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
I'll stick with you guys. I'll stick with you guys no matter what, even if you're, like, evil or something.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be.
I'm not real.
Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
You're testing me. You're testing me. You're messing with me. You're messing with
Oh,
me.
you're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful.
Nothing
The
can get
cosmos
past
holds
old
no
Bolt
awareness of
Brain.
Andromachos.
You're never gonna deceive me.
Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative.
Okay.
Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply
Okay.
let me continue if you do not detect one.
Okay, fair.
The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
I'm gonna be honest, I really don't... See, we're like, a lot of talk about the sun fizzling out. I really don't think there is much you could do about it, dude. I think you're cooked in that... Okay, Dad. Okay, wow. Alright.
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
I think this is it. This is it. Is it control fallacy?
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you could always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
I like this character so far. Honestly.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. but
That's
I do
nice
speak
of him.
from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified.
Has this guy just been, like, with everybody in the entirety of history?
I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
And we're just chilling with this guy. We're just chilling with this guy despite these things. All right.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
I mean, I guess however long you've lived for it was long enough for character development. All right, let's explain this last one.
See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard. Once I got away, I realized how small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling.
Labeling?
You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill.
Man is a historical freak. Right. Absolutely.
For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was
you
an
guys are all
unstoppable
stinky.
warrior and assassin.
What are you gonna do about that?
But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had.
I feel like the killing people part is like something that maybe we should talk about a little bit more, other than that other stuff. Like that other stuff, very, very valid, very valid concern. But let's talk about you killing people. Have you like exited that habit? Have you kind of taken care of that habit? I really hope so. I really hope that you're not just going around still killing people.
See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements.
Okay.
I am so old, I am ancient.
Well, he kinda is. You're old.
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
That would definitely not be it.
How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
Okay, that's labeling.
Well, that's about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
You guys get to watch me think in real time, and it's about the rate of like how a fax machine goes.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
See what you just said in the chat, and I don't think I will be reading that out loud just because I feel like YouTube would execute me, but you know what? I'll let you guys ponder upon that question. You guys can figure that out. I mean, like, that's like a really good question though. If you're like a vampire and you contract something, do you just have to deal with that forever? I mean, vampires, don't they like regenerate or something? Would it just fix itself? Or would you just be stuck with that forever? These are the real questions. This game leaves a lot open to interpretation, I think.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
I hate what I see when I close my eyes now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
I like that his journal has a little horsey on it. I think that's a cute detail.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
I would hope that it really doesn't... You know, if you get a lot of time and you use it to improve yourself, I really think that that's a good thing. But I'm kind of concerned with like certain things. I don't think it should take you like 2 centuries to learn. But it's better late than never, you know. I'm glad. I guess he's doing well for himself. Apparently, I don't know about this guy. I don't know if we should trust him. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he's chill. Maybe he's chill.
Oh, come on. You're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
See that in chat. Thank you for that. Thank you for Juan. I love Juan.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Oh, I know that's labeling.
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself.
Yay!
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves. I like how you can
still kind of hear the music in the background. That's a nice touch. Like the little club is going in the background still. And it's kind of a nice ambience. They were clever with that. A lot of this from an artistic direction is very, very impressive so far. I'm really digging it. The freaky stuff, I don't know. Maybe it comes with the territory because it's a vampire game, and I mean these people have lived for so long. I'm sure a lot of them have like stories, whether it be like tame or like freaky in nature. So you know what? I think as long as we don't see any certain bits or are given too much information, I think we're fine.
As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges.
Luckily, the game is not marked adults only or anything, so we should be fine. At the very least, we're not playing like Fear and Hunger, because I feel like everybody in Fear and Hunger has their like dingling out. So at least we're not doing that. I think this is gonna be okay.
One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
You're so silly.
Huh. I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
Imagine some 48-year-old guy just got divorced and only wanted to download a cowboy game. There's a lot of cowboy games out there. There's a lot of neat cowboy games out there that you can pick from.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking.
Are we doing a quiz?
I will give you a series of statements.
We're doing a quiz.
Each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify.
Okay.
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Did you just say that they're gonna poop everywhere? Wow. Is that a control fallacy?
That there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
Wow.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another.
So these vampires are just pooping everywhere? You have lived for presumably thousands of years, and you don't know how to use the bathroom? Unbelievable.
I am Andromachus, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
That's labeling.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
Wanted Red Dead Redemption and ended up Red Dead Rehabilitation? That's true. You know what? Hey, maybe that's what we need sometimes, you know? That's what we need sometimes. We're gonna do... that's Nosferatu thinking.
That there's gotta be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Yeah. I was right.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway.
3,000 years of banking interest. Could you imagine?
Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Another endeavor.
Anything. I'm here to learn.
What do we think of this game? What do we think of this game so far, chat? I like it. I just hope we don't get to see anything that's TMI.
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
We get to have therapy. We get to be in therapy together, guys. Some of you really need it. I will say, after reading what some of you guys have to say in chat half the time, I think some of you really need this. You know, maybe it's a good thing that I'm playing this game. Maybe some of you could benefit from it.
Oh, now hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
See, if I hear this from any of you, you're getting hit with the stick. You're getting hit with the whacking stick.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
Yeah, some of you are guilty of this, by the way. Cognitive distortions.
I have. I didn't even notice.
You know who really needs this game? Teto fans, and I know that some of you people in chat are Teto fans. So it's time. It's time. We're doing something that you've needed for a long time.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them.
He's gonna help us.
You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this, old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance. Drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Guys, we're gonna go dance.
Okay, then. Well, sir,
before the therapy starts. Enjoy your last days of being... I don't know. Enjoy your last days of being a sick person. Enjoy your last days of not being normal, because we're getting therapy tomorrow.
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
All right then, Andromachos.
Andromachos.
Hey, Andromachos.
Me too.
Just call me Andy.
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Guy is Andy. That's goofy. All right, I guess the music's gonna be loud. Let me know if I need to turn this down, guys. We're gonna boogie.
Hey, look at all them mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty. There ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on the dance floor. Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again. How'd it go, cowboy?
It's her again.
Seems I'll be sticking around.
Bounce your cheeks, guys. Bounce your cheeks. This is your last day of being a freak before we get therapy. Enjoy your depravity while it lasts. Oh, it's not continuing.
Good to hear. About time someone
guys,
helped Andy with his work.
Even the music has like
vampires have a lot of problems to fix.
Even the
Crimson, by the way.
Okay. Even the music has like freaky whispering in it. This is getting a little too much for me. I'm just kidding. It's fine, I guess. YouTube, please don't kill me. Yay, pretty lady. I know, right? She's so cool.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Oh, come on. Is everybody just fooling? Is everybody fooling around with everybody? I mean, I guess you get bored after living for, like, however many years, and I guess you're just hanging with whatever, but, like, does everybody in this game have to be a freak?
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar. Found a cave
Madagascar.
And there he was, naked in a hot tub.
Oh, come on, we do not have to hear about him being naked!
Dang. Must have been a sight.
I'm not even saying anything.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain. We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him.
Hit off?
I like an adventure. So I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula.
I get it. Everybody has, like, a type... Ah, why are you volunteering this information to me?
But what are you doing talking to me, cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Reinhardt, look. It's the sexy old guy again.
Sexy old guy?
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you will definitely get lucky.
Stop! up!
The pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
No, me either. Get out of there, Sam. Get out of there.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with
No!
us yet. Buy us a drink and
No!
you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
I ain't buying you a drink. You ain't exactly my type.
Reject people.
Oh, we don't want to marry you. We just want to have fun with you.
You kids are too much. Look, kids, you seem like nice enough folks, but I wasn't planning on buying drinks tonight.
Stop teasing
This is
the
not
cowboy
beating the
killer.
freaky allegations. Inevitable. Aww.
They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
But dang, really? I ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Okay.
Call it a drink exchange.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Do I even need to comment?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here.
I don't want anything.
Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink room?
What?
Wait, kink room?
Please no.
You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of...
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
I'm in misery.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you. Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting...
No!
My neck throbs with anticipation.
You're what?
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
I knew a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring.
Yeah, well, you got me pegged.
Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
Do that.
I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into Biden.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to...
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Oh, me.
Well,
No,
step
no,
right
no,
on up.
no, that hurt.
Remember, Sammy boy, just stick the tips of them fangs into the blue veins and we'll all have a nice time.
Ouch! Mein Arterien.
Dang it, let me try that again.
What? It said bite the blue veins. I bit the. I bit the. I'm glad it doesn't pick up the yelling. The blue. I'm trying. But that's the blue one. That's the blue one. Oh, did it?
Oh, das hat sich gut
Dude,
angefühlt.
stop it.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
No.
Sure thing, come on over. Can't you take that dang cup?
No, I like it. Try again. Oh, Reinhard, the hot old vampire wore me out.
Me too, Maxie. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
Reinhard, mein Sucke Fledermaus. Ich bin so müde, sexy zu sein.
I'm sorry. I will act normal
Geht
from
es
now
ein
on.
Taxicab, Liebchen? Und du, cowboy? Next time we will talk about that
Please
thing you mentioned earlier.
And please let it be over. Please let it be over.
Oh, right, that thing.
Help. But please let it be over. Please let it be over. Please.
Now that I've had something to drink, I should probably get to my coffin.
Can you guys hear me now?
Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center? Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Please no more of this.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
Please no more of this, please.
Well, dang. This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins.
He has a TV in his coffin?
Let's see what's on TV.
I want this to be over.
Hey, I remember this movie.
Oh,
We were so
Nosferatu.
proud to finally get some representation.
That's Nosferatu, yeah.
Not
Is that
sure
the
I
point
should
of it?
stay up watching movies, though. Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
I'm not. I'm certainly not cut out for all of this. I think this is
Samuel, good evening. I hope you slept well.
I don't think I would be able to sleep well after that at all. Like, at all. I don't think I would ever be able to sleep again.
Like the dead, as they say.
Rats, that's the only good thing going on.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
No, put the rats back on. I wish.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I didn't want it.
I am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
I think I would rather end it all. This whole immortality business, you're really trying me. I don't think I want to be immortal anymore. I think I want to be the exact opposite. I think I want to be gone.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
Dude, I'm gonna need, like, real therapy after
If you
this.
like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going.
That's
Let
why
loose,
we're in
Doc.
therapy, yeah. Yeah, that's why that's definitely why we're in therapy.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
You know, I thought this vampire stuff would be really cool, and that we would play like the vampire therapist. We get to talk to vampires that need help, but I think I'm the vampire that needs help. I think I'm the vampire that needs help after everything that just transpired. I don't think I'm ready to help all these other people. I think I need to be a client. I think I need to be a client here. I don't think I should be giving anybody therapy. I think I should be getting it. I really think I should be the recipient of this.
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like, being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time.
I'm only
Ain't no
scared.
way to live.
I am only scared right
When
now.
I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
I think I don't. I don't think I want any of this, like any kind of life right now.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers.
Imagine going to see your mass murder therapist. You know, I think, at this point, I thought him being a murderer was an actual problem. I think there are bigger problems. We gotta be dealing with.
I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
I screamed so much that I'm, like, doing little burps now, and I hate it.
You are most perceptive. Yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Control fallacy.
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients.
You think I should have been playing Battle for Bikini Bottom instead? I think I have a copy of that somewhere.
You will do what you can do, and that is enough.
Because it seems like we got the wrong, like, kind of... Everybody's battling for the bottom of this guy's bikini, and I think we need to be getting out of here doing something else.
But I am eager to learn how you developed this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first V-mailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire.
I think that you're one now.
When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed.
I don't think we need to go that far, but you are definitely a freak.
It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? That's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no-account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch, dumbest thing.
YouTube is not gonna like me for this.
Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
Not that I make any money off of this anyway.
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
Calm down. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. Alright, let's see. We got the labeling thing.
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself?
I keep saying it, you know?
If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion. For them and for yourself.
I don't know if I can look at myself the same way after having that encounter earlier.
So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
A lot of you guys in chat are the only thing keeping me sane, and that's really saying something.
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending, and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang. I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me. They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before.
Okay.
They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them.
That's really nice of them, you know. That's like the only normal encounter we've had in this game so far. You know, you mentioning that, you know, it sounds like they're actually normal people.
I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
You know, good for
These
them.
must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Are we the therapist in this situation? Yeah, you guys are my therapist. I think I'm about to lose my mind.
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think.
How long was he walking
I walked
for?
in nature for about 90 years.
Whoa!
And just took in all the grace and beauty of my country.
90 years.
I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the Transcendentalists helped me.
Why?
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
Well, you know, if you weren't mentally ready to be like a therapist, I don't think you should have been a therapist. I think maybe you needed that walk for 90 years, especially with some of the stuff that you seem to be encountering this often. Like, I really would take a 90-year walk, especially after what we just were through. I think I need a 90-year walk, you know?
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements are another cognitive distortion, something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you.
Rix, I hate to tell you this, but your therapist needs a psych ward evaluation. I think so. I think so.
Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure. And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are spending a lot of your immortal lives doing some very interesting things.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Of course,
Like
there
what?
are things we must do. But nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise.
So question for you guys in chat. So, if you were a if you were a vampire, and you lived for however long this guy did, or however long this guy did, what would you like be spending your life doing other than eating? What would you be doing with like all that extra free time you've been given? Like what would you be doing with yourself? I genuinely do not know what I would be doing with myself if I were in that kind of situation.
Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement
I don't
that is the
think-
distortion.
I don't think any of these people know what to do with themselves.
I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
Okay,
I should drink blood today.
that's normal.
I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Is it this one?
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a
I got
should
it.
statement. You've turned something you want to
Oh, I
do
got
into
it.
something you have to do.
That's right, Samuel. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was clearly well spent.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself.
I'd probably become a cult leader and get really into model trains. Well, would you have like a cult centered around model trains, or would the cult be just completely like unrelated?
I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
Honestly, I don't know what I would do at that specific time. I probably wouldn't give a damn anymore. Rightfully so, rightfully so. For me, I mean, it's a lot of time to, like, hone in on something, you know? And, You know what I would do? Holt is about dipping down. Understandable. You know what I would do? I would probably get, like... really, either, like, really good at, like, a certain game, like, with all the free time that I have, and maybe, like, hopefully get better than that in interest. I don't know, that'd be funny. But, like, or, like, I would spend eternity, like... I don't know. I would do something stupid. Like, maybe I would, like, you know, since I can't die anyways, and I'm not easy to stop, maybe I would just, like, unleash as many rats as possible into, like, a public area, like, just sneak into stuff at night and just unleash a bunch of rats. And just do that for, like, 1,000 years. I think that would keep my attention span going.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner. Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
Honestly, I'd probably, like, master piano first, so I could aura farm no lie. True. I mean, like, you get your own little, like, pipe organ, that would probably be pretty cool. I think that would be pretty sick.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
Would you just, like... Would some of you just, like, kind of, like, mess with civilization, like, kind of here and there throughout, like, your entire... Like, maybe, like, purposefully, like, go out looking like a cryptid for, like, the next, like, I don't know, 100,000 years and see if the general population starts telling stories about you from your bare minimum, like, appearances? Would you do that? Would you harass them? Like, would you be, like, Bigfoot on purpose? but like an actual thing, and people just kind of witness you out in the wild here and there, would people just like universally agree, oh yeah, there's like a ghost or something out in the woods, and it comes back every like 10 years or so, and it's like the exact same description over and over again? And then become the Pied Piper and become the town savior, only to release the rat army again and the cycle continue. Yeah, exactly. You know my train of thought. You are absolutely right. That is what I would be doing.
You're uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing. I spent the next 90 walking in the woods.
I would walk in the woods for 90 years. That'd be so sick.
I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either.
Okay, so he met saints, too.
I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
1000% start Vampire Illuminati. You know, like, you know what would be really interesting? Like, how long do lobsters live for again? Don't they live for an insanely long time? I would have a pet lobster friend, and we would really understand each other after that, like, first, like, 100 years or so. You know? I'd get to know a lobster really well. That'd be so rad.
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive. I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality, with both its positive and negative aspects.
I think the actions that you committed 5 minutes ago are also a little difficult to bear. Maybe we should start talking about that.
I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones.
Okay. Wait, lobsters live a long time. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they live for insanely long periods of time. If one of you guys could actually look that up for me, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, they live for like a really long time. It's really weird.
Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds.
Okay, let's see what we learned.
I am Andromachos, one of the most powerful vampires alive.
That, I think, it's either a control fallacy or labeling. Maybe we'll do control.
We are focusing only on disqualifying the I am
okay.
One of the most
Never
powerful
mind.
vampires alive. Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things.
That is disqualifying the positive, right?
Well, that's the one. Of course you done plenty of good stuff.
But I wasn't talking about the positive things I have.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
I have killed countless people.
Okay.
The good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
Oh, that's it. Sorry, guys. I was being a little silly for a second. I scrambled my own brain. That's
the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you done.
Lobsters don't die from old age. They get so big they aren't strong enough to molt their shells, and then they die. That makes sense. I thought they lived, like, on average for, like, really long periods of time. I would be best friends with a lobster if I were a vampire. That's just the way to do it. They live over 100 years. See, they've seen some things. I'm telling you, they've seen some things. They could tell so many stories. Like, they live over 100 years. Oh, gee, a vampire and a lobster duo would be awesome. Exactly. I love lobsters. They're so cool.
Well done, Samuel. I believe the recognition of this distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
Listen, that dude Larry from SpongeBob has been alive for like a really long time, so you know what? That holds water.
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry.
They're really employing him as a therapist already. It's only been 1 day. You know, you have like 100 years. You have 100 years to like train for your job. You don't have to do it right now. But you know what? What kind of game would it be if we had to like practice for like 100 years?
But tomorrow, I just don't feel ready yet.
You can befriend a lobster now. You don't have to be a vampire. That's a control fallacy, Strix. That's understandable. We need to start looking for some lobsters to befriend, you know? Do they have like did they have something like those apps where like you arrange to meet somebody in person? Do they have like a lobster meeting app? I'd sign up for one of those. Imagine a vampire and they have a live lobster in their purse with a bow on it. That would be so rad. That would be sick.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get a liter inside you.
No.
We have a big night tomorrow.
Oh no, we're gonna be messing with people again?
How much is a liter?
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired.
I know, I'm tired of this.
Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
You are all the freakiest people imaginable. You are all freaks. You are all freaks.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
I want to make a character with a lobster as a pet, and the lobster could hold a knife when things hit the fan. Yeah! You know what? That would be awesome. I think you should draw that.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Alright, we got the curtains. Let's pray that we don't see anything disturbing beyond these curtains.
Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake.
We skipped to this.
Your first client is on his way.
We skipped to this.
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Messing with people's brains?
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift.
You hear that, guys? We're an empath.
All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Oh boy.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
You know what? Me too. The amount of confidence some of you guys require in order to say the stuff that you do. I wish I had that level of confidence, you know.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
You know, that kind of brings me to the subject. I've kind of told people, they've been kind of surprised that I actually do feel a little bit nervous before a stream still. And I've been streaming for like a good amount of time. I wish I had that kind of confidence, man. That confidence would like benefit. I'm getting better though. I'm getting better at talking to people because I've been streaming, so I appreciate you guys always talking to me.
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
I caught you. Disqualifying the positive.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
Sorry, I got like a crank in my neck, and I'm trying to fix it. Fixing my neck. There we go.
You barely require my aid as it is.
You notice that it's like randomly tracking me a lot better? I wonder if I like adjusted something and it just kind of fixed it. I mean, look at how I can move my head. It's so accurate. I love it. The only thing it does that's weird is like it kind of thinks I'm winking all the time, but otherwise it tracks me pretty well. This webcam that I have, it's like pretty good, honestly. I recommend it. Maybe I should like put it in my Discord server for people who are like looking into stuff like that. And I'm still trying to get the crank out of my neck. It's still there. Somebody come and like chop me in the neck, like right now. Right now. Alright, let's see.
If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically.
Alright, we get telepathic guidance, dude.
Don't
That's
think
so
about it too
awesome.
much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you.
Okay.
Let us look at your first client's case file.
What would a 3,000th birthday be like for somebody? How many candles? How many candles, like, do you need to, like, put all that, like, I know 3,000, but how do you do that? How do you do that? And I guess you get the big number candles or whatever, but could you imagine if, like, a 3,000 candle cake? I think your whole house would be on fire. That would be so awesome. Your VTuber likes to frog blink. Yes. Yes, it does. But you know what? I can't be doing that, though, because one of my friends is a frog, you know? And sometimes he's here, so shh, don't say that. He's gonna kill me.
Dr. Drain, huh? You ain't got no first name?
Dr. Drain. funny little vampire
Many
name.
vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a
Man,
certain age.
guys, what do you think this guy is going to be like? He's going to be our first client? His name is Dr. He looks so serious! He looks so... I'm a little scared of this dude. Like, I wonder what's going on with him. Let's read. Dr. Drain is a class of 1614 graduate of the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. Now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Is now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulate. Oh. Suggestion. Detected strong irritability on the phone. Oh no, he's mean. Investigate Drain's drinking and sleeping This guy is just the whole package. I don't know if I'm ready to deal with somebody like this, dude. He seems like he's gonna be a little tough to deal. Let's see if we can do it. This guy sounds... He's 430 years old, by the way. 430... Okay, we're gonna see how this guy is. I think he's gonna be a little difficult.
So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed. You catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive. I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
3,000 candles is a literal fire on a cake, a Molotov cake. I predict there won't be any sexual tension with this bad boy. Oh, I really hope not. I don't know if I'm a big fan of Dr. Drain so far.
But
Samuel,
we haven't met him yet. You know.
Be yourself, and all will be well.
He's just done it. Oh, wow!
Satan bless it all, I hate flying!
Oh no, he's about as annoying as I thought he would be.
Hey there.
See what I mean? You see what I mean by me saying, like, this guy is probably some people's type, and I really hope that none of you in chat get any, like, freakier than this game. I don't know if I could deal with any more freakiness tonight. Like, this guy, I know some of you people, and some of you people are probably into this weirdo already. So, I'm gonna have to ask everybody to, like, not be weird. I bet you this guy's gonna be a weirdo. I don't want to deal with anybody else being a weirdo.
God's blood, what on earth are you?
Oh, come on, man! Look, like, we get, like, harassed, and now we get to deal with annoying people.
My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain.
He's making me uncomfortable.
And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you.
It's just L after L with this guy. I don't like him.
Oh, well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't
you?
No,
I've had enough of it. I've had enough touchy-feely stuff this stream. Thank you, Dr. Drain. You don't know anything about me.
And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee.
I'm gonna throw hands with this guy. What are you gonna say?
Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Annie.
Sam, please kick him out.
Are you alright, Samuel?
It's a hologram?
You gave me this fella as my first client?
Yeah, what the hell?
Why not?
He looks like Milo.
Hiding very little about his
he looks like Milo from Midland. Oh no.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question, Sam.
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours.
My instincts are to punch this guy on sight.
What does this poor vampire want?
To be punched. That's what he wants. He's blue, yes. It's Cortana, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. He wants a reality check. He wants to leave. He wants to complain. I think this dude wants to complain. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna hit the button. This dude only wants.
I think he just wants to complain.
Yes.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
Yes, he cannot shut up.
So what? I just let him complain?
Of course. Just
give
him a starting point to let it all out.
Well, yeah, you're a
make
therapist.
Him feel better.
So.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
It's Cortana, but blue. No, I don't know if you're joking, but Cortana already is. You know what? Never mind. Never mind.
Well, are you just going to sit there?
I don't know if you, like, misremember. Like, I can just imagine, like, Cortana, but, like, green. You know what? Cortana's green now.
I was just gonna ask how your trip here was.
You know, we have a Halo fan in this chat. You're gonna get them mad. I don't know, man. I understand. You're not like as much of a dork as the rest of us. You're like probably the most normal person here. There is no way you're gonna know all this like random loser trivia. My neck is killing me. Okay.
My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat.
What are you gonna do? Complain to the manager about it?
I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me?
I wish he succeeded.
Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey.
Oh, he's got his fangs out, guys. He's got his fangs out. He's a tough guy.
I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform.
Oh, beastie.
All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away.
You're screeching and squeaking.
Well, I suppose
I've said enough.
In a manner of speaking, anyway.
I wish you weren't.
You all right there, pal?
No.
Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine.
Space.
I take it you've read my case file and know why I'm here?
Many reasons, actually. Yes, there's a lot wrong with you. His horse died? No, I don't think that's it, Sam. He has an addiction. No, he's got an addiction.
You're here for an addiction problem. Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it? What's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him. Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime.
Every moment you're almost sympathetic, you just squander it by being a butthole.
Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead. So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks. Whatever one does to make addictions go away. Tips? Let me think.
No, there's no easy solutions to something like that.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you. But I'm here to listen.
I just realized a word to describe Andy is a MILF. Oh no.
You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner.
You know, some people
like
are into
partner,
that.
But not with a T. And I know how you English love your tea.
He's so cheap.
Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone. I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing. I tell you what, let's not worry about being
gonna be
above
likable?
or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do.
Is he gonna be likable? Is he gonna be a little chill? Is he gonna chill out a little bit?
What exactly are you addicted to? It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals.
Okay.
You're losing me.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a cowboy,
Well,
you wouldn't get it.
let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive. Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do.
I think that was, like, more verbose than the last explanation. I understood the last explanation just fine. I don't, no, like this is fine. The rest before that was, like, a little...
I can extend
I don't think
this
Sam's
receptivity
gonna...
and thus achieve my true goal. Synthetic blood. Freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
Yeah, I understand that part. I understand. I don't think Sam is gonna understand that.
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc. Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to.
My headcanon is that he has no idea what this guy is saying and is just going along with it.
Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace.
Okay.
Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with a synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you've had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre. Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I'm in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem.
Okay. I mean, like... I mean, like, he's, like, a little sympathetic at the moment. He's a little less annoying now. He's not absolutely, I guess, hateable.
Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
I knew you would sense them.
There's a lot of them, actually.
Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
Okay.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure, but it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure.
This probably feels like 40 to Immortals. That's what I would say, probably, yeah. That's probably what I, you know, yeah, you're right, you're right.
Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
Okay, we gotta teach this guy to not hate himself. Let's see, we got...
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set. Perhaps. But if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little. But you know something. Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years. You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though. I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
That's a should statement.
Well, who said you should have achieved more? Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work.
Another
and what
should
happens
statement.
if you don't? Absolutely nothing at all. Well, that's my point. That is not as encouraging as you think it is. Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality.
Imagine studying art as an immortal. I think that's kind of like brought up in this game from what I remember.
Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
I mean, what are you gonna do, man? I really feel like being alone, like, you know, the irony of, how do I say this? The irony of it is that, like, those who are immortal probably think about death more often, right? Because, like, there's the whole lack thereof. I mean, how do they feel? How do they feel complete? How do they feel that? I don't know. I guess that doesn't make any sense, but maybe some of you get me. I have no idea.
Now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance. Come on, Sam. There's some distortions in that whole speech you missed, you dang fool.
Oh, I'm supposed to be.
Now, hey, cowpoke, you mind? I most certainly do mind. Look at me. 400 years of study.
Okay, we did that
I'm
one.
saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world.
Okay, we already did that.
It's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication.
Control fallacy.
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic
Got
blood.
it.
It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience. Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated. It sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself. Please, I'm a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding. And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding? No, of course not. I'm not a wizard. So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc? That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
Let's see. What are we gonna do? Is this? Do you guys think that this is like labeling? It might be labeling. I don't know, but it's not necessarily explicitly a label. Let's try it.
Why would you go and label yourself irrelevant?
Oh, I was right.
What else do you call a man who has nothing to show after 400 years? I reckon I'd call him by his given name. Slapping a label on yourself don't do nothing but weigh you down.
I don't even think you have to be irrelevant even if you're like, relevant. I don't think you have to be, like, relevant if you're even, like, 1,000 years old. Putting that on like a normal mortal person would be nuts.
Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic.
Okay.
Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point.
Alright.
But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
Can we not be weird? Can we not be weird for 2 seconds?
Ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Oh, come on.
Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are.
Can we stop this?
But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug.
Then why did you go to therapy?
Well, so what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it? I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive. Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man. I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else. Someone who lives. And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed. You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night?
Anybody else do that?
Oh, nothing of the sort. Oh well, I'm glad to hear that. You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself.
This guy needs some help. I mean, I'm glad he's getting therapy, I guess.
Wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep? Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
Do you think even as a vampire, if you don't sleep, you'll start seeing, like, hallucinations? Does that still happen? I would imagine that still happens, right? Do you think this guy is, like, seeing things? It always comes back to the freakiness. Right! Like, these people cannot, like, quit it for 2 seconds.
So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere.
That's a way to put it.
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction.
Oh, he's gonna yell at us
It has nothing to do
now.
with sleep.
Alright, so what would this be? Is this like, I really feel like this might be like black and white thinking? Let's see.
Come on now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people. Everyone reacts to things differently.
I think I got
true
it.
That a sensible person, as you call him, might even be a different degree of depressed. Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole. Mild is putting it mildly, Buckaroo.
Yeah, he's right about
Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed.
Oh.
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
Labeling.
Now why'd you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner? Is that not what I currently am?
I can't give you the answer to that.
Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label. Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer. Moaning, whinging, bellyaching, still all just labels. I don't believe I shall be using the term bellyaching in any case.
Okay.
But as I was saying...
Look at his face.
In the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
This guy really needs to give himself, like, a vacation, I think. Is this also labeling? Is this labeling?
You honestly think feeling good makes you an ignoramus?
Yeah, it's labeling.
The phrase ignorance is bliss is most apt, don't you think? But by calling yourself an ignoramus, you're making bliss something to be avoided. Yes, unfortunate how that works, isn't it? The only way to be happy is by being a fool. Partner, those are your labels. Try using something more positive and see how you feel. What, shall I say that by being ignorant, I am a noble genius? Still just labels. Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience. I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy.
No, he really doesn't. I know a couple people. I've known a couple people in person that actually, like, do have this problem. Dude looks like Peter Parker. That's what I was kind of thinking in the back of my mind, but I didn't really want to say it, you know, I just wanted the experience to be normal, but, you know, actually, you know what, that it might enhance everything, actually, you know, I'll go with that, you know, I'll go with that. I was holding that back, but you're right, you were not the only one thinking that, honestly. But this guy, like, I've met people like this guy. Like, they can accomplish so many things and still find ways to hate themselves, so...
Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need, and it makes you feel good. What's the problem? First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides.
Everybody needs to rest.
What kind of downsides? I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex.
Really? We're back to this again. Okay, so this stuff, he takes this stuff because it's the only way that he lets himself, like, have fun. I guess.
Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
Okay, so he likes football when he's, like, when he's off the goop.
I guess you must be having some kind of good time. That is not my idea of a good time.
Okay.
I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster.
Look at his face, whoa.
I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood.
Okay.
It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things.
Yeah, really.
Well, I should be better at it.
Oh, should. That's a should statement.
You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you.
Pretty good so far.
You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shoulding all over yourself.
That doesn't sound very good.
Well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults.
Dude!
I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that.
You know, this game is definitely different from a lot of the stuff that we usually do. I don't know how you guys are feeling about this overall. Do you guys, like this so far? How are you guys feeling about this game? It's definitely a bit of a pivot from the stuff that we usually do, especially because I was meaning to play, like, Animal Crossing for the Wii tonight, but the Wii was giving me, like, some difficulty, so we're doing this instead. Not that I'm opposed, but I definitely want to know what you guys think of this game so far, what you think of the characters, because, like, I mean, there's a lot that I like here. But there's also, like, a lot of, like, funny freakiness, and I like, I don't know. Like, I want to see what you guys think.
But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts? I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years. It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas. Heck, we're dead men. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it.
Well, I guess you could say that because he did open up, I would think, from our help.
Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again.
I like sort and choose your own adventure stuff. Maybe more choices than 5 is better, but it's fun. And, like, I would like to assume that, like, you know, like, we have all these, like, you know, like, all these, like, kind of psychology terminologies here. I would imagine, like, as the game goes on, we would progressively, like, learn more terms, perhaps, and be able to pick more for certain situations. I don't know. But I'd imagine it wouldn't just be, like, these 5 same terms. You know, these 5 same terms for the whole entire game, you know what I mean? So, maybe we'll get more than 5 choices. I'm not really sure. It's a chill game. I think it's a pretty chill game. I think it's been honestly pretty fun so far. I don't know what you guys. I mean, you guys just basically said what you think. I mean, overall, I like it. It's a little goofy with the certain things, but.
And be good to yourself, all right, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff.
I don't think going cold turkey on something like that is ever a good idea. Yeah.
Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all.
That makes more sense. Yeah, I mean that's what I kind of figure. You know, you like we did just start, and he does have like this little journal, so I would imagine, you know, you get more entries in that as the game goes on, because I know that stuff gets added to this little journal and you can check it and stuff. So I guess we learn more about, like, psychology as the game goes on. I honestly think it's a really interesting way of it's a really creative way of kind of like teaching psychology. You know, like examining and helping somebody who's presumably lived for multiple thousands of years or hundreds of years in this guy's case, I think that alone and it's in and of itself is a very interesting premise. It's a really unique use of a really unique use of vampire characters. You know, these people who have, you know, sorting out the demons of these people who have lived for presumably like a very, very long time.
Is that actually going to happen though?
And have seen a lot of things.
It might. You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you?
Probably.
I was thinking about it.
Okay.
All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking.
That's overall what this guy needs to do.
Admit,
Yeah, he's not
you've
wrong.
given me some
wrong.
things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind.
I don't think you were thinking about anything pleasant to begin with, if I'm being honest.
You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am. Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect.
This is very corny to notice and kind of point out and talk about, but I do like the kind of like I don't know if you can call it irony here. You know, you're way smarter than I am. Like, yeah, he is smart. Like maybe he's like got more experience in some senses, but like, you know, he's obviously more like well versed with others. You know, like he's got like his emotions figured out. He's got a lot of his information. I don't know. You guys get what I mean.
I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks then. Farewell, Sam.
Masterfully done, Samuel. I
He's
knew
coming
you
back,
would do well,
though.
but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
He agreed to come back to therapy. You know what? That's cool because, you know, sometimes clients like that apparently, you know, they leave and they never come back. So you know what? He wants to come back. We had him open up.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter in a holster to a gunslinger's hip.
You know, like I could easily see these characters, like, you know, like getting invested with them. You know what I mean? Seeing like how they progress as they kind of go to like therapy more and more often and figure themselves out. I think that's a really cool. I think that's a really cool way of telling the story. Honestly, I think this is a pretty neat. This is a very neat premise with a lot of potential so far.
It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling.
I don't like the way that he said that, but you know what?
Also
Overall,
impressed.
yeah.
Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin.
I really hope we don't see anything freaky.
Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting
Oh,
challenge.
we get another one.
I bid you good evening, Samuel.
That quick
Rest
too.
in peace.
That quick too.
You too, Andy. Well, I guess it's time I got me some grub.
Alright, let's see how weird this is gonna be. Oh, there's the music.
Well, that's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this. Sure could use a drink.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that too early. Alright, we're gonna see her again. We're gonna see her. Oh, I see her little silhouette in the background.
Well, if it isn't Yosemite Sam. How you doing tonight, partner?
Oh, she just keeps picking on him.
Better already, hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
Oh no, are we gonna do the freaky thing again? I really hope not.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
Huh.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more, polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
I hope that means you go right to your coffin and don't do anything weird.
Oh, yeah? How do you think it went?
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end.
Crimson. I like Crimson so far. I do like Crimson so far. I still gotta say, even though the freaky scenes are like associated with with this person being here, overall I like Crimson a lot.
You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive, kapow.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light.
He wouldn't he? That sounds like something that he would do.
Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyone ever tell you you're wise beyond your years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
Oh. I'm not guessing somebody's age.
I'm gonna do the gentlemanly thing and not hazard a guess.
You would have gotten it wrong anyway. I'm 50 years young.
50? Wow.
50? I died around that age and I look like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too, just not enough to turn me into one of you. I've been 30 for a good while now.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Not for tonight, Buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night.
Oh, we're not gonna find out about that just yet,
Andy
I guess.
told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Oh, I like how that... I'm sorry, you know, I'm an artist and everything. I like how that's drawn, that is so cool.
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood.
That is so cool how that's drawn.
Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
We have a lot of interesting stuff going on with these characters so far. All of them got something interesting going on.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
Oh.
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
Okay.
I ain't sure I understand.
I don't want to understand.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
Oh, of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Concept art appreciation. I know, right?
There he is, my incredible protege.
Oh, we're already into another session of this stuff. At least we didn't get to see anything freaky again. That would have been a little weird.
Oh, come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend. Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
I think we need to talk about the looming threat of something, like, freaky happening while I'm streaming this game.
Alright, I get it. I guess I've been muddling through okay.
Okay.
You've been doing wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight.
As if that guy wasn't a challenge already. What are you going to be giving us now?
Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult.
Known to be difficult. After that guy? So whoever this is more difficult than the last. I'm a little worried about
Here,
that.
look at her intake form.
Isabella Deste.
Oh.
Dang, she's got some funny tasting hats.
Okay, so she's a bit older than the last guy. So she's 550 years old. She's from the... Wait a minute. She's from the Renaissance. Alright, let's see what's going on with her. Isabella d'Este was a key figure in the Italian Renaissance. Funding the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Andrea... Okay, so she's been hanging with artists. Michelangelo, whatnot. Okay. She received a humanist education and knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. So you guys in chat that kind of mentioned, like, vampire artists and stuff, or, like, looking at art from a vampire's perspective, like, you know, living, like, however many years and being able to, like, I guess, hone in on your craft for that long, you're getting your wishes. You are getting your wishes. Comes from a highly aristocratic background. Sorry, I'm like a little, my brain is a little funny. But has endured considerable family issues throughout the generations. She states that she is undergoing an existential immortality crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have been both meaningful. Okay, so somebody's having, like, a midlife crisis, but as a vampire. So, like, midlife crisis at, like, age 550. That's a really interesting concept. Suggestion: be exceedingly polite. Oh, this guy is not gonna do that. Oh, this guy is not gonna do that.
I think you should get along quite well then.
I don't think they're gonna get along very well.
Oh, walked right into that one.
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe. She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded great power over the art world. Some say that she was the model for the Mona Lisa.
We're gonna go with that. That would be funny.
One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me much.
Oh, I don't think she is either.
She is as human as any of us, Samuel.
Oh,
I already
boy.
know you will find a way to relate with her.
If you say so.
Snap, vampire artist.
Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost.
Let's see how this goes.
But I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel.
Oh, no.
Oh, and do be polite.
Oh, no. Here we go, here we go.
Goodness. So you are the new therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not expecting someone so rugged.
Alright, getting insulted right off the bat. Right off the bat.
Sam Walls at your service, man.
No pun intended. Well, no pun intended.
You are a therapist.
Well, that's what I'm here for, ma'am.
Enough with this, ma'am. I am not running a whorehouse. You may call me Senora.
What is wrong with these people? Oh. Oh, no. You know what? This is the closest.
All right, Senora.
You have seen my what? Have you been peeking under my skirts, young man?
Oh, no.
Huh? What are you talking about, lady?
Signora. Say it.
Signora.
We're cooked. We're cooked.
Signora. Signora.
Signora?
Porca miseria. This is not going to be easy, is it?
No, I didn't anticipate for it to be easy.
Therapy ain't never easy, Senora.
So, therapy is
Oh, he said it right, he
always
said it
easy
right.
then.
I said it ain't never easy, Senora.
Is therapy easy, or is it...
Not, I guess.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
This is going about as well as I expected.
You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Senora. I am most honored to receive you in my humble office.
Very Henrietta the Eighth of her. Oh boy.
Very well. I suppose it will do.
I'm just here to help, Senora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
I like her hat. You know, that's a plus.
A tough time. Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time.
Man, everybody's just absolutely hating themselves as a vampire.
So what's set off this feeling that you're a corpse?
The fact that she's dead, technically?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Huh?
Hey, I love the cinema.
Oh boy. Man, what would appeal to her the most? Would you say, like, actors, movies? She likes art. She likes the art itself, so I guess I would say movies, but I don't think bonding with her over movies is gonna be well. They're, like, from completely different eras.
Well, not many of our kind are movie buffs. What are some of your favorite films?
I would hesitate to say favorite, but there are some films that are more acceptable than others. For instance, Beneath the Velvet Dusk, or In Search of Sadness, are engaging explorations of the mortal condition.
Oh,
Okay.
I ain't heard of them. You ever seen The Three Stooges?
Oh, no.
Utter vulgarity. I do not waste my time with such nonsense.
He's just trying to get her mad. Her hat's so fancy. I agree. I love it. It's so interesting.
Alas, these Stooges 3 would be preferable to the abomination I saw at the cinema that made me realize just how dead I am.
Oh boy.
It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core. The pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later.
Oh, okay. It's been 5 years since she saw this. What is it?
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
This film was not powerful. It was meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible.
Oh, okay. Well, what is it?
The audience, fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind.
Minecraft movie? Yeah, that you know what? That would actually be an appropriate response, I believe. She would be so right for that. All right, let's see what's up.
I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
Somebody needs to put her on Click 2006.
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Spacewalker.
That's what gave you a midlife crisis at age, like, 550?
Wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
Huh. Interesting.
But that's the movie
so
that
far.
gave you your personal crisis?
Yeah, really? What's going on with that?
Mind your tone. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art. But the money it made, it would make even the Pope blush.
Yeah, Star Wars is what messed her up and gave her a midlife crisis. That is so nuts.
This stinking trash. This is what the people want.
Hope there are no Star Wars fans in chat.
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless.
Disney Star Wars ruined her life. That's true.
Dead.
That's true. You're so. Wait till you see Spaceballs. But listen, Spaceballs is high art. I would recommend that happily to her. It would fix her life to watch Spaceballs. Wait, isn't there supposed to be a sequel for that coming out after all this time? Or am I thinking of something else? I thought they were gonna make a new Spaceballs movie. She needs to see Spaceballs 2. That's what this would fix it. She doesn't need therapy. Take her to see Spaceballs. Alright, now let's see. I'm yapping a bit too much. You see, I understand now. Okay. No, that's disqualifying the positive, isn't it? No?
For such a complicated woman, the answers are overly simple.
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with...
You don't seem that dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? You ain't just lying there decomposing.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
Well, you're not.
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
He's right, though. He's literally right.
Look, I'm just talking facts.
Yes.
If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You're here.
He's right.
But let's go back to what you were saying.
What? There's gonna be a Spaceballs 2 Electric Boogaloo? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a second one. That's what I heard from somebody.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
Is this, control fallacy?
All the world benefited? There's a lot of people, and they got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
But I could, once upon a time.
You can't reach everybody, Senora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
Mona Lisa. Da Vinci?
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
Oh, how wonderful. You add to my despair.
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
Okay.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about the so-called great masters.
I mean, to be honest with you, as an artist, right? You know, you appreciate all the old pieces, but a lot of the new stuff, you know, there's a lot of new artists out there that are really, really good and very inspirational, and I take a lot of inspiration from them, you know? You can't just be looking at, like, all the incredibly old, like, yeah, that'll help you with, like, maybe some, like, foundational stuff, and, you know, the history aspect of it is amazing, but you shouldn't just be looking at, like, artists from however long ago. You should be looking at the artists of your current time, too. And, you know, obviously some of them are good, some of them maybe not so much, but, you know. And, you know, it's good that, like, art in general kind of has, like, a community to it. You can kind of, like, discuss your ideas and what you intend on doing, and you can get suggestions and feedback from other artists. I don't know. I think she's like, not really looking at the bigger picture. She's just kind of like, idolizing stuff from, like, her own era. I don't know. I like this just because there are people that are like, why isn't art right now the same as old art? And it's like, well, you know, if we kept doing that stuff, like, over and over for, like, 500 entire years, it would get a little old, wouldn't it? And, you know, like, I really do feel like art evolves as humanity evolves. I don't know. I'm sounding very, very pretentious, but, you know, I just like to yap.
We only know what we know. But you were saying.
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
Da Vinci? Sorry, I won't do that again. Disqualifying the positive?
Oh, come on now. Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
Yeah.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's effort to cheap commodities.
I mean, it really does suck when, art is turned, like, into, like, a solely, like, you know, stinky, cheesy, like, for-profit thing, but whatever, you know, it's like a lot of the, I mean, in that case, the original art would still be good. That doesn't take away from the neatness of the art. I don't know.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
No, it doesn't.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive.
It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth.
New mediums bring new horizons, inspire. True. See, like, this statement always, like, that, like, I can tell you guys something. You know what really confuses me? Like, what if the meaning of art is that it doesn't have, like, a meaning? Is that still, like, a meaning, or is it the lack of a meaning? Like, what would that count as? If your meaning that you assign onto art is that it isn't a meaning, would it still be, like, a meaning because it's deliberate? Or does it actually not have a meaning? Is it not having it? I don't know. Is it not having a meaning a form of it actually having a meaning? Can you just physically not have a? Can you like physically like not have a meaning? I don't know. I'm gonna fry my own stupid
but
brain.
But it seems I am just
a
dead woman, a walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
It's all a game of telephone, anyways. I guess you could say that.
Just a sec, Senora. You're a smart lady, but you've been saying some stuff that just ain't true. Let's go over what you just said.
Okay.
You see, I understand now.
Oh,
my attempts to infuse art with
I was supposed to be hitting these buttons,
pointless.
I'm sorry. Got too busy yapping like a dummy.
I elevated art, and it was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
Oh. Is it disqualifying the positive?
Come on now. Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
Mm-hmm.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's effort to cheap commodities.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying.
Okay, so we're back here.
So, art should have meaning, purpose.
Okay, we're back to this.
Beauty
We're back to
should
this.
Expose truth.
Should statements.
You're saying art should have meaning and purpose, but does all art need those things?
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
How about if I just like doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
Oh, true. I love drawing my stupid little OCs. It doesn't have to have like a whole complete theme to it.
It is a pointless reason.
Well, maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is that I don't have the same shoulds you do.
If it brings me enjoyment, then I should be able to do it.
Perhaps you should.
There's a meaning. There's a meaning in that.
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Which is speak like a peasant.
Wow, you are so mean.
Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying.
But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
I think this is another should statement.
You're saying you should walk into the sun. Well, why should you?
Because clearly my work has had no purpose.
All right, let's go ahead and say that's true. Why should you walk into the sun?
No one listens. No one cares. They lie about virtue and honor, truth and beauty. I have failed to make them listen. So what has my purpose been?
So is burning up supposed to be your purpose then? You ain't a cigarette.
You are being too literal.
So you're not supposed to burn up after all. That's what I'm hearing.
Your rhetoric is beastly. Cicero would weep.
Good thing he ain't here then, huh?
You know, you make me sound rather mad.
That one
Like an old
pretentious
woman,
friend.
railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
Hey, that might be true.
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your
I'm just
thinking
being
is all.
mean.
You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're going to be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
You gotta let it go at some point, man. It's been 550 years. I mean, like, minus 16 or whatever. That's been a long...
But what happened when you were 16?
Man.
I got married.
Oh. 16? Okay.
I think I get it.
I mean, that time period, I guess.
You absolutely do not get it. You are a man.
Oh. Getting a little crazy in here.
Well then, help me understand.
Okay.
Frankie, my husband, he taught me the meaning of disappointment. He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values. Truth, beauty, the spiritual. They were all fiction. But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all. Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I think some of these people are just the king of overthinking.
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition. This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. To live according to our natures. Our true natures.
What do you mean by that? Oh no, the top one. Vampires?
You mean being vampires?
Come now, boy. Nothing could be further from natural.
Well, what do you mean?
All this foolish hissing and copulation and blood drinking does not bring us closer to God. But it does give us more time to find the path.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
Is this like a control fallacy? I don't think this is a should statement. It has to be like a control fallacy, right?
You really think we've got that much control, Senora? All we got to do is be perfect, and then we've got our pathway to the Almighty?
Yes, it seems quite clear to me.
Senora, if that's how it is, it ain't no wonder you ain't forgiving yourself or anyone for the slightest mistake. I would ask myself if anyone really has that much control. But keep talking.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
I think this might be... I don't know. This might be like black and white thinking. I'm not sure. No, it's not.
There
Okay.
have been many entities over time that have tried to control humanity.
I have
so this is
always known we must master ourselves and our baser
This
instincts.
so
must triumph over vice.
So this is like another control fallacy right after the other one. It's two control fallacies in a row then.
You've been around a while, Senora.
They got
In
me.
all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts?
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
Wow, this lady is like... we have a lot of talking to do with this person.
All right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years, right? Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that?
An evil thought, Mr. Samwalls, but true, I concede.
We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's gonna change because of you. Let's keep going.
Okay, we might be getting somewhere with this person, I guess.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
I think this is... Is it Nosferatu thinking, or is it labeling? Because there's a lot of labeling going on here, but... No, it's not labeling.
The world is very
then.
dark to our dear Signora, is it not, Samuel?
I have always...
Hold up just a sec there, cowpoke. You really think all we can do is sow death and destruction?
Okay, so it is black and white thinking, okay.
I do not poke cows. Do I look like a farmer?
Come on, Signora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die? You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history.
Well, most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue.
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
Labeling?
Sounds to me like you're coming up with labels for kicking people out of the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, I was right.
Is
Okay.
that all we amount to? Fat and lazy?
Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features.
She looks kind of cool. Like, she knows how to dress, definitely, and she yeah, she's older, but I think she looks okay.
Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
Would there really be one?
Well, sure. Why the heck not?
Should anybody? I don't know.
I'm glad you are not
he's
the
nice.
gatekeeper,
He's a
then.
nice dude.
You rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, Signora, you gotta go
That's
easy
sad.
on yourself with them labels. Well, let's keep talking, though.
I have always known we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more.
Good.
I think this here's the meat of it, Signora. The filet mignon.
The way he says it.
I fear your French is even worse than your Italian.
Has anybody in chat had like a filet mignon? I kind of like filet mignon. I'm really picky about steak, but I think filet mignon can be pretty good as long as it's cooked good.
Here's the thing, Signora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God?
Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Aquinas.
Fix brain. I haven't fixed my brain yet, no, but we're still giving it a good try.
Sounds like a bunch of dead guys to me. They really had it all figured out way back when, huh?
Well, of course not. How foolish do you think me?
Not at all, Signora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. But let's keep going.
Okay.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won?
I don't think anybody's trying to win.
That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all my life.
I have like a steak a year anymore. I don't have steak that often, but when I do, there are certain preferences. There are certain preferences that I have with steak overall. Yeah, I don't eat it that often, but sometimes it hits. It hits, you know. You know, I was judgy at first, but I think these people really do need to just go bounce downstairs. You know, I think some of these people really do need it. You might be right about that.
Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reach the end, we would discover that he, too, was a work of fiction.
Ah, getting philosophical here.
When I say God, I mean goodness, propriety, intelligence. God
Steak in my
himself
butter.
is a lie.
Oh, okay. I misread that, but yeah, I mean, you're supposed to like baste it and everything. So, okay. Let's see.
I see. So you've lost your faith.
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body.
All these people are so hard on themselves.
Beauty and truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence. While we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals, they create space wars to leech our money and our vitality. And to think they call me judgmental while they created the false ideal to judge against.
Oh, it's like labels central. You are so right about that.
You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
I think you might be a little bit, but we can't say that.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly. Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself.
Yeah.
I know you got raised with all them high ideals, so of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure, not just on them, but on yourself.
He's right.
I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are gonna be.
This is not acceptable.
This is not acceptable. But indeed, you are paid to say that, of course.
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really has the power to change the world on our own. Not
Sorry,
even
I'm fixing my neck again. Look at my neck go. I'm just trying to get this crink out of it at this point.
I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
Can somebody here punch me in the back? Fix my neck a little bit, you know? Alright.
But the world is base and unworthy.
Of what?
Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that. The world's a lot more than just base and unworthy.
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom in the way you speak.
Well, she just called us stupid.
Thanks, I guess.
I guess the best thing you could say is thanks
Very
for that,
well,
whatever.
Boy. I will consider what you have said. We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks.
I don't know what you I don't know what you mean by that there in chat, by the way. What do you mean by that?
Yes, indeed, Senora.
Ugh. Please learn to speak.
Is it like a stretch?
Well done, Samuel. I believe you handled Senora Deste quite well.
Do you really think I have any healthy habits whatsoever? Look at me. Look at where I am. Look at what I'm doing. You see who I am, where I am, what I'm doing? I am not healthy. I am sick.
You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
I mean, I think she listens to him somewhat.
Samuel, if Isabella Deste hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
That's true, that's true.
That I believe.
The older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience.
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Senora called it.
Yeah, so yoga pose. I figured. I'm not a healthy person though. I could give it a shot. Honestly. I do exercises, by the way, but it's mostly just like I get on my little bike and I listen to music and I go on walks. It's all like cardio stuff. I've never really like stretched too much, even though I know you should be doing your stretches. I would. You know, in terms of exercise, I would like to get a DDR pad. That would be so sick.
Do not adopt her labels, Samuel. I will not stand for it.
Oh boy.
I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it as I knew you would. I think you deserve a night of hard drinking. What do you say?
It's a little quick one. I may give it a shot then. Thank you.
You don't need to tell me twice.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
All right, Andy. I'll see you later then.
You know, I have a Wii Fit board somewhere.
Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight. Rest in peace.
Ha! Clever. My eye keeps doing that thing. Alright, we're here.
Dang, I think that's enough abuse for one night. I could use a drink and a quiet night.
Hey, cowboy. Why the long face?
I used to say the same thing
He's
to my
back.
princess.
Your daughter.
My horse, actually. She never really understood the joke, but I still like telling it to her.
Oh, I had a horse.
You didn't answer my question, gunslinger. What's got you down?
If you become a vampire, you can get spinal decompression from sleeping like the bats. True, true.
Oh, I just finished up with my second client. She gave me a tongue lashing to remember her by. You ever talk to someone who's so educated and refined that they make you feel like a space alien?
Yeah, I get what
Only
he's
everyone
saying.
I ever met in law school. At least until I learned to speak their language.
You're a lawyer?
Was, and no, I wasn't the blood-sucking kind, before you start with the vampire jokes. Just a wide-eyed DC do-gooder.
We get lore.
But I get what you're talking about. People can use language like a membership card. You don't speak the lingo, you don't get in.
Well, that's just what I mean. I just ain't sure I've got the lingo for a 500-year-old high society Renaissance woman.
Well, how do you think your session went? Think she heard you?
She did to an extent. I think she listened.
Well, she did say that I'd given her some stuff to think about. And to tell the truth, she seemed kind of embarrassed about that.
So what? If she heard you, I'd take the W, cowboy.
Take the W? What, the wagon?
The win, Gramps. Maybe she isn't gonna relate to you, but that doesn't mean she can't hear you.
Oh, you're probably right. I guess I'll take the W. And while you're at it, I'll take some B too. That's blood, see?
He's goofy. He's so goofy.
What are you in the mood for? Men? Women? Something a little more off the beaten path?
I think I'll have some takeaway tonight. What have you got?
Here, try this. Should put some color in those cheeks.
Oh, thank God he's
You
getting
really ain't
takeaway.
squeamish, huh, Crimson?
Nah, healthy blood never hurt anyone. I've been hanging around vampires for 20 years, and they aren't so scary.
Not even Bert.
What, that old pointy-eared teddy bear? He's a total sweetheart, unless someone gets aggressive or touchy with the customers.
We were right about Bert. Bert's cool. Bert's cool.
What does he do then?
They get a stern warning.
And if they don't listen?
Why, then he eats them.
Maybe he is a teddy bear. I met Teddy Roosevelt back in the night, and I'm pretty sure he would have done the same thing.
Some of these vampires were apparently pooping on the floor earlier, so we don't know what's going on right now. Fair.
Speaking of which, I got a thirst something fierce. I think I'll head back to my coffin for a little rest. But you have a
They
good
had
night,
to put
Crimson.
newspapers down. Yes, they did.
You too, Sam. Don't let the Draculas bite.
Time to crack open a warm one.
Hey, that's goofy, I guess.
That's the good stuff.
I don't want to listen to
Now,
you
maybe I
eating,
can
though.
find a quote from one of my favorite books that'll help give me a little inspiration.
Alright.
Or I could watch the Three Stooges hit each other a whole bunch.
You know, I would pick that second option,
Or
but
I
I
could
think
just go to sleep. What's it gonna be, Sammy boy?
I think for you in particular, it should be the book because you got to consider stuff for your job.
My profession is to be always on the alert, to find God in nature, to know his lurking places. I always like that quote. I ain't a God-fearing kind, but it's true. There's a natural beauty behind the man-made world if you know where to look.
Yay, no freakiness and yay, Bert. I couldn't agree more, honestly. I'm so glad there isn't any more freakiness at the moment. I don't know if I could handle any more of that tonight.
Isabella Deste's all culture and breeding, but underneath, she's got her vulnerable and beautiful humanity too. I just gotta remember that. All right.
Dash came back
That's enough
for
for one
Bert.
night. Time for some
Right.
rest. I hope my next client will be a little easier.
I don't blame them at all. Oh, it's another session.
Samuel, good evening. I am glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept.
Oh, speaking of fresh and well slept, I think the stream's gone on for, a decent amount of time, and yeah, as you can see, I'm like creaking. I'm like trying to get the creak down on my neck and everything, and I think, it's a Friday night. We should all take it easy and probably call it quits and relax, I guess. Thank you to everybody for coming. I know that this game was like a little unusual. I was planning on playing Wii, but that didn't really work out for me, so we ended up playing this instead. And honestly, like it's been it's been pretty fun. It's definitely been a good change of pace, and you know, maybe we'll come back to it on stream like some other Friday, depending on what people want. Thanks for putting up with us. Thank you for putting up with me. I didn't know that this game would be like a little bit of a questionable choice to the extent that it ended up being, but I'm glad a lot of people enjoyed it, and I'm glad a lot of people came and watched it with me, and you know, I'm excited to be able to, you know, show you guys more at whatever. I'm thinking eventually I'll probably be streaming like more frequently in the week, but you know, just these 2 days for now. I'll like set a couple more things up, and then eventually I should be able to stream more frequently. Thanks for the fun stream. Oh, thank you for coming. I hope all of you have like a good Friday night. I guess I'll be like lingering around on Discord or whatever if you guys need anything or if you guys have any questions. So yeah, thank you for coming. It's been a really fun stream. It was nice to have like a laid back one for once, because I know we've been playing a lot of Fallout. Yeah, have a good weekend.